Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Inside Guns with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. Today, I want to talk about striker-fired handguns, and which one of them do I think is the best one, regarding self-defense, everyday carry, and so on. Which striker-fired gun is the one I think you should buy if you're only going to own one, basically. Now, in the past, I have made it clear that I'm not a big fan of striker-fired guns. I prefer hammer-fired, double-action, single-action. It's just what I prefer. But I can't deny the importance and the effectiveness of striker-fired guns. They revolutionized the carry market, especially Glocks. Glocks had probably the biggest effect on the carry gun market of any gun made, ever. So, well, I mean, unless you go back to like the first 6 shooters people could carry. But other than that, as far as modern guns are concerned, Glock changed everything. These days, I would bet more people are carrying striker-fired guns than hammer-fired guns, including 1911s and revolvers. I don't think that would be too big of a stretch to say that. So I wanted to talk about today which ones I think are best. In fact, which one I think is the very best. Now, in the past, I've said I really like the P99 AS from Walther, and I still do. Great gun. It even gives you that option of a longer first trigger pull by being able to decock the striker. Love that feature on this gun. But this gun's been discontinued. They're still around, but they're hard to find now. They're going to be harder to find in the future. Now, another gun I think is great as far as striker-fired guns go is the P320 from Sig Sauer. Sig makes a lot of versions of this gun, and every one of them is pretty awesome. But I never really put it in first place because I always said, well, you know, the PPQ from Walther kind of beats out the Sig Sauer for first place. Kind of pushes the Sig P320 into second place, or the Pig 320 as I like to call it. Kind of puts it in second place. The PPQ is just an awesome gun and probably the best striker-fired gun around. So is it number one? Well, no, it isn't. Not anymore, at least. Because some other guns have come out. Now, one of the guns that came out is a Walther. And it's the Q4 steel frame. Now this gun is awesome. I mean, I love everything about this gun. I have one right here. Love this gun. Can't tell you how awesome it is, but it's very heavy. That's one bad thing about it, is its weight. And those brass grips I got on mine ain't helping any either. It's more for competition or for range shooting than anything else. For low recoil, accuracy, speed, that's what that gun's more for. But it could be a great carry gun, especially with the regular grips on it. I mean, you could overcome the weight. In fact, it might push the P320, the Pig 320, down to third place. But I think Sig can live with that third place position because what I think is the number one striker-fired gun on the market today, the best striker-fired gun I've ever shot by far, and that's saying something. I've shot a lot of guns. And it is the P320. But not any P320, the AXG model. This one here is the Scorpion model. And I've had this gun for a little while now. And this gun right here is probably, if not definitely, the best striker-fired gun I've ever experienced. I will say in my own personal opinion, it's easily the best. I've had this now for, I don't know, a month or two. And I've been to the range with it several times. In fact, I need an intervention if people want to schedule one. Because, you know, I said, I'm not shooting while ammo's scarce. And then I'm like, well, I got to shoot to test this body armor. Or I got to shoot for this video. Or, oh, one of my friends wants to choose a gun and I got to take him shooting. And then flash forward a couple of weeks and I'm about 1,500 rounds down. And that tells you how much money I've spent when you think about what rounds are worth today. Because I can't stop shooting after I started again. I've made it now 2 days without shooting, so I'm 2 days sober, I guess we should say, or 2 days on the wagon, so wish me luck. I don't know if I get a chip or anything after a week or what. I hope so. I like trinkets. But that's where I'm at right now. But that's a different story. But like I say, I've had this gun to the range. I've put probably 1,000 rounds through it. This is the gun I let my friend shoot when he came over trying to see what kind of gun he wanted. And I let him shoot everything. Berettas, everything. He shot this gun. He liked it so much. He went out and bought his first guns. The first guns he's ever bought himself. He bought a Pig 320 for home defense. And he bought himself a P365 for his own personal carry gun. He actually got his carry permit. So the guns are just awesome. You fire one of these and you want one. That alloy frame just gives it just a little bit more weight, just enough weight to make it feel like the most balanced gun I've ever shot as far as striker fired guns are concerned. It's accurate, it's easy to shoot, it's low recoiling. And when you combine this gun and it's 17 plus 1 rounds with a 9mm ammo like Fort Scott, you've got a devastating weapon. This is one of the guns that I shot through body armor with the Fort Scott with. At 20 feet and 30 feet, right through it. So the caliber is effective. Now, I would like to start seeing these available in 40 so you can get a 357 SIG barrel for them. But even in the 9mm, and even the fact that it's limited to 9mm and it doesn't have other calibers available right now, in this configuration, the Scorpion, and now they have the Classic, which is also very nice, which I also purchased. I love this gun so much. And I will have to say, you might be saying, well, do you think it's the Scorpion or the Classic that's the better gun? Both of these guns are equally awesome, and both of them would deserve a first place as far as best striker fired gun. But I'm going to give a slight edge to the Scorpion simply because I like the flat face trigger better. I like to determine where I put my finger on the trigger, not the trigger. I don't like it determining where I put it. I like the flat face trigger. Now, I could easily just take the CPU out of the Scorpion, put it in the Classic, and have a flat face trigger in the Classic, or I could just buy the trigger and put it into the CPU of the Classic. So it's not a big deal, the trigger. You can do that yourself. I think the trigger's like $28 or something like that. So really easy to change. But like I said, I'm going to give the edge to the Scorpion, and that's the one I've put rounds through. I haven't really even fired the Classic. I just fired the Scorpion. Like I say, probably about 1,000 rounds now. Downrange with this gun. And that's rare that I put that many rounds downrange with one gun so early on in having it. But it happened to be there when I fell off the wagon and had to train some other people or show some other people some things. So it got chosen. And it's held up awesome. I will have to say that even after 1,000 rounds, the finish on it still looks like it's brand new. And this gun's been shot a lot. I just cleaned it, and it is very, very clean. I am very surprised. So the finish is holding up. Usually Sig Sauer finishes, wipe off the first time you get them wet. This one's holding up. I think part of that might be, though, that this has never been in a holster yet. I haven't carried this gun, so that might be why the finish is holding up. But as far as just shooting at the range, it still looks brand new after almost 1,000 rounds. If I picked this gun up and looked at it, inspected it, I'd be like, well, this gun's hardly been shot. Until I looked inside, and I'm like, wow, that's dirty. But I haven't finished cleaning it yet. But other than that, this gun has held up amazingly. It shoots extraordinarily well. I just can't get over how well it shoots. The balance, the recoil, the accuracy. It's just everything on it is great. There's nothing you need to change on the gun. It's not like buying a Glock and being like, well, I got to change the sights, the trigger, the blah, the this, the that. Everything on it's great. Comes with the X-ray sights. The only thing you would have to change is if you wanted to co-witness and you put an RMR on it, you'd have to go get the suppressor height sights, the X-ray sights. That's the only change you'd need to make. The only change I've made to them is I put a little Punisher plate on the back of both of them. So I haven't even felt the need to change them. In fact, with the Classic, even the grips look nice. And even on the AXG, the Scorpion, the grips are nice. I like that green Lamo camo kind of look, and it goes well with the baby shit colored gun. So on these guns, there's just not a whole lot to change. They're kind of perfect as is. And that fact that they're perfect as is and holding up so well, shoots so well, feels so good in the hand, all those things combined make the new Sig Sauer AXG series the carry size guns that are actually prefabricated, not the ones you go build yourself. I don't know about, I haven't experienced it in full size or anything else. But the AXG Scorpion and Classic, the custom work guns, those things about them being so awesome, means that they are easily the best striker fired gun on the market as far as I'm concerned. All right, everybody, with that being said, I want to move on to my favorite part of the show, gun talk. And today I'm going to answer a question from a viewer. A viewer asked me the other night in chat, hey, what's one gun out there that you would really like to have, but you won't buy it on principle, knowing I don't like guns from Turkey, etc. Well, there's one gun that does definitely fall into this category. I've wanted it for a long time. I've looked for it on the secondary market again and again and again, never find one. And I even mentioned to him, I've checked the secondary market. Someone asked another question the other night. that was kind of related to this gun. And I said, I've been looking for this gun on the secondary market, but I won't buy it because it's from Turkey. And the gun I'm looking for that I would love to have on the secondary market is the Chiappa Triple Crown. Now, I don't think it's even made by Chiappa anymore. I think now that it's made by Charles Daly, I think they just switched what company it's marketed under. But either way, I want this gun. I think Charles Daly calls it the Triple Threat, and I think Chiappa called it the Triple Crown or something. But these are a 3-barreled shotgun. And they came up in the chat the other night because we were looking for over-under coach guns. And I said, well, as far as over-under coach guns go, if I was going to get a coach gun, I would rather have the triple-barreled coach gun, which I consider this kind of a coach gun because of its length. It's got an 18.5-inch barrel. I would love to have this. I've wanted one for a long time. In fact, I want the one that has the removable stock. It's got like a brass fitting, and then from there back, the stock comes right off, because I would love to take this gun and I would love to pay to have it turned into a short barrel shotgun. A short barrel shotgun that I can take the stock off of anytime I want. I mean, it just seems like awesome gun, awesome potential there. So that's what I want. I want one of those, but I won't buy it because it's from Turkey. And I have to want something extraordinarily well to buy it from Turkey. Even the little tit sauce I bought, the stainless one, people are like, you bought a gun from Turkey. And I'm like, well, I always really wanted a stainless Browning high power. And I bought it used from someone here locally. So I didn't actually buy it from the manufacturer who's going to make another one to replace it. Because like when you buy a gun from a shop or a distributor, well, that leaves a hole in the inventory that they reorder and fill. Where if you buy it from an individual, they're selling a gun they probably didn't like, so the money's just going to them, and when they buy something else, they're going to buy something different because they didn't like that. So chances are the money's not going back for a Turkish gun. So that's the answer to the question. It's just an awesome gun. I just want one really bad. The triple barrel shotgun from Chiappa or Charles Daly. I like the one that has the two-tone receiver on it. It's really pretty. And just kind of unique. And like I say, if I SBR'd that would be so awesome, the one with the removable stock. So that's the gun I really, really want, but won't buy based on principle. All right, everybody, I want to end the show a little different today because one of my fellow gun community members, one of our fellow YouTube community members, Patriot in the Dark, has brought to my attention a puppy in need. And you know, everyone knows out there that one of the main goals of my channel is to help as many animals as we can and to do as much as we can for the Second Amendment as possible. So whenever there's a chance to help out an animal in need, that's something I want to be involved in. And when it's one of our own, like Patriot in the Dark, that makes it even better. Because when you can help out inside your own little group, that's even better, as far as I'm concerned. So he has a puppy that's been injured. It's not his puppy, but it's a family he's associated with. And their dog has been injured and needs surgery, and they can't afford to pay for it. I believe he's a little Boston Terrier. Now, I'm going to be doing a fundraiser starting tomorrow, probably, to raise funds for this little puppy's surgery. I think they need to raise about $2,500. We're going to do as much of it as we can. And I haven't really set anything in stone yet, but what I'm thinking is I've got these hats. I got like 10 or 11 of these TYM Pistol Project hats. These were donated by Aries Graphics, who is a big supporter of the TYM Triple P. They've done a lot for the channel and the program in the past. So I've got these hats sitting here, and I'm like, well, what I'll probably do is I'll probably set something up on the TYM Pistol Project webpage where people can go over and donate whatever amount they want to donate. But what I'll do is for like every, I don't know, should it be every $10 or every $20? I'm not sure yet. I would probably say every $10 you donate, you get an entry. And every day, over the next 10 days that we raise money for this, because it's going to take a while to raise anywhere near $2,500, every day I choose one winner and award a hat. And we'll announce it every day during the live chat, the winner of the hat for that 24-hour period. So hopefully that would work. I don't know what anybody out there thinks. Do you think that's a good one? You know, $10? Do you think that's fair to get an entry, or should it be $5? And then every day we'll do one drawing. But hopefully that will work. I mean, I'm sure there's some people out there who would like to have one of these. These are very rare. There are only 12 of them made, period, and one of them's mine. And I don't foresee me making any more of them. So, because these were a donation. I didn't even have these made. So that's what I'm thinking of doing. So keep your eyes open because, like I said, tomorrow I'm going to launch a little fundraiser for a puppy in need for one of our own members of our YouTube gun community, Patriot in the Dark. So keep your eyes open and participate if you can, and I'll bring you more information tomorrow. All right, everybody, that's our show for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you come back again tomorrow. Until then, I just want to sign off by saying, as usual, as far as the state of the world today is concerned, it is what it is. It could be better, but it could be a lot worse. But what it will be in the future if we continue to ignore the fearmongers, the profiteers, those that serve their own selfish self-interest above the interest of the gun community as a whole. If we ignore those fearmongers, manipulators, and profiteers, and keep them in perspective and understand where they're coming from so that we don't start mistaking them for activists. If we do that and continue to fight smart and hard for our rights in this country, in the very near future, what things are going to be for those of us in the gun community and those of us that believe in freedom is better.